As a part of the celebration for Pokemon's 20th anniversary, Nintendo released the Pokemon Blue-themed Nintendo 2DS console. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here, bringing you an unboxing video of this console that just screams nostalgia for anyone who grew up in the 90s with a see-through transparent console or controller. This thing looks absolutely amazing. It really does harken back to the days of the 1990s and really just retro gaming to me, which I find fantastic. I do want to get all four of these. I've already done an unboxing video of the Pikachu yellow version. That was from Samurai Buyer. There's a link in the description below the video for that one. These ones cost me roughly, I think, $135 to have them imported to Canada. Right now, though, they're probably over $150. You might have to pay some taxes. You might have to pay some sort of import fees, so be aware of that as well. But if you're a Pokemon history buff, you'll know that Pokemon Blue never actually came out in Japan. It was released as Pokemon Green, and a few years later they released it in North America as Pokemon Blue. I hope to get Red and Green, like I said. I'll unbox those other consoles soon. But Blastoise is one of my favorite personal characters. It's like a turtle with cannons on his back. My wife agrees. This is one of the best Pokemon ever, and one of my personal favorite starters of all time. So this particular version really screams out to me, and I really wanted to get this version. So right here it does say that this 2DS console does play 3DS games, so just be aware, but you obviously can't play them in 3D. It does work with AR cards as well, I should just let you know. This does say that you have save functionality on it, and this Pokemon Blue, you can trade actually between consoles wirelessly, so no need for those I forget what they were called, the trading cables that you used to have back on the Game Boy, which is really interesting. Now, because the game was never released in Japan, it's nice that they actually did this mock-up in Japanese. You can collect all 150 Pokemon eventually, especially if you combine the games in this. Now, this does have an SDHC memory card in it, made by Toshiba, and this actually harkens all the way back till 1995, when it originally was released in Japan. This version wasn't, but at least Pokemon was originally. Alright, so let's take a look at the box. On the top, it has that style right there of the game and the name, Pokemon Blue. On the side, you get a good idea of what the console will look like, as well as the name. Blue with a drop there of water, I believe, but I do not read Japanese. There is some other information about it, obviously in Japanese, and probably some warnings on the sides. But let's actually get to unboxing this, because this is really exciting for me. I love these four versions, and like I said, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of faceplates, so the ones in North America I didn't really want to get my hands on. There was one released in North America. There was a set of 3 of them released in Europe, and the 3 in Europe just didn't really appeal to me because I really wanted to have the entire set of 4, and that was the whole goal for me all along. So when you open this up, you actually have the cardboard insert holding quite a bit of information and different things right here. But let's get to the first important thing. Let's get to the console. Just taking out the charger, which does come with this. The newer Nintendo 3DS version does not have a charger because so many people already own the Nintendo 3DS charger and DS charger that they just didn't think it was worthwhile. But these ones, they do have it in Japan. So here's the console itself. This thing looks absolutely retro stunning. I love this console. This looks fantastic. So you have the analog stick here, you have the speaker, you have the D-pad, you have the home button, you have a forward-facing camera, you also have the buttons that are the 4 different colors of the consoles that are released, but that harkens back to Super Famicom and also the Super Nintendo released previously, at least in Europe. We have the start button, the select button, and the power button as well. You have a sleep little button right here on the bottom. You also have the microphone inputs. Then on the one side, you have the SD card slot, and I'll open this up just to show you that this is a Toshiba 4GB stick, which is pretty cool that actually comes with the console, but that's what the game is probably pre-installed with, or pre-installed on, I should say. Now, the stylus is blue, matching the console. It does have the white tip, which looks pretty fantastic, pretty cool. And then you also have a little wrist strap here that you can put on the wrist strap, I should say, just in case you're left-handed or right-handed. The volume button is on this side. Then we have the headphone jack that you can plug that into. And then on the top, you do have where you put the game into. That is an infrared sensor. It looks like you have the AC adapter, you have the R button and the L button. And then on the back, you just have a little bit of information about this as well. So this does say that this is 2011 Nintendo made in China. So the 2011 is probably when the 3DS was originally released, and that's why it says that year. So this see-through console looks absolutely fantastic. Love this blue version. Looks really cool. Let's take a look at what else this comes with, and it was probably the same as the yellow version. So once we open this up, you have some AR cards. You also have a map of the entire world. Then you have Pokemon. This is Mew, actually. So this is a little code for Mew at some point. Then you have some stickers, so I'll give you a good idea of the stickers in a second. Then you have a code for Mew. You have some of the different instruction manuals with this as well, and helplines. Let's take a look at the stickers, because the stickers are actually different on this version, and it's really odd that the stickers are cut off. I'm not sure if that's cut off or if that's the way it's supposed to be. It looks like this is just one of, so I'm not sure why it is cut off on the right-hand side. But you have some nice versions of Blastoise on here, Wartortle, Squirtle. You have the 3 of them that was released with the Pokemon Yellow version as well, and like I said, this sticker is kind of cut off on the side, so that's a little bit disappointing about that one, but everything else looks absolutely fantastic. The blue symbol is right here, as is the Pocket Monster Trainer right here for Pokemon Blue. Really a big fan of the small sticker set that comes. I'm going to keep those in really good condition, but this Pokemon Blue console looks absolutely stunning. Huge fan of this one. Again, if you want to compare it to the yellow version, the only difference here between the yellow and the blue one is that the start, select, and the D-pad are actually gray rather than black. On the yellow one, they were black for Pikachu. On this one, they're gray because it doesn't really match with Blastoise. I think gray probably matches better with Blastoise and with Pokemon Blue. Please let me know your thoughts of the Pokemon Blue-themed Nintendo 2DS console. Is this something you actually want to pick up with your collection or with any sort of money that you have? If you have any money lying around for your birthday or for Christmas money or anything like that, I think this would make a hugely great buy for yourself, especially for anyone who's really nostalgic from the 1990s and loves transparent consoles. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to fill that like bucket, follow me on all the social media links in the description below the video, and remember, as always, go collect them all and keep smiling while gaming. Thanks so much for watching.